Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is the 7th lecture on chapter 12. Welcome to the session on Bangladesh and Global Studies. In this session, I'll be here with you, your BGS teacher, Nurun Nahar, lecturer, Department of Economics, Milestone College. Our today's topics of discussion are the concept of underdeveloped country, the characteristics of underdeveloped countries, the concept of developing country, the characteristics of a developing country, difference between developed and underdeveloped countries. So our first topic is the concept of underdeveloped country. The countries of which per capita real income is lower than that of the per capita real income of developed countries are called underdeveloped country. From our previous discussion, we have seen the income range of a developed country is between 38,540 US dollars to 85,380 US dollars. But in an underdeveloped country, income ranges between $490 to $780. So, the lower income countries are included in underdeveloped country. Regarding underdeveloped country, Professor Ragnar Narks has given a definition. Underdeveloped countries are those where capital is much less compared to its population and natural resources. In this slide, you can see a map of world, and in this world map, the underdeveloped countries are indicated as red marked, such as you can see. The green colored countries are first world countries, that is developed countries. Yellow colored countries are second world, that is developing countries. And red colored countries such as Nepal, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Kenya, Uganda, etc. are the examples of underdeveloped countries. Now I will discuss about the characteristics or main features of underdeveloped country. The first characteristics is the low per capita income and low standard of living. My dear students, as in our previous discussion you have seen, standard of living of the people are determined by the per capita income of the people. So when in a country per capita income is less, the standard of living of that people also will be less or low. That means people of that country cannot afford the 5 basic needs for their survival. For this reason, small and undeveloped industrial sector will exist in that type of country. In these kind of countries, excessive dependency on agriculture is found. Undeveloped agricultural production and marketing system is also one of the feature of underdeveloped country. That's why in those countries, capital formation rate is very low. So investment is low. For this reason, low per capita income is again seen. This kind of circle will continue in the underdeveloped countries, and this circle is called the vicious circle of poverty. So according to the first characteristics or feature, the range of per capita income is 1005 US dollars and below in an underdeveloped country, and people of that country has no ability to fulfill their basic needs for their survival, such as their food, clothes, shelter, education and treatment. Second feature is the excessive dependence on agriculture. These kind of countries are underdeveloped because they are totally dependent on agriculture to meet their food, livelihood, and other needs. As we know, agriculture is also fully dependent on nature, and natural disaster is another obstacle of agriculture. So underdeveloped country cannot improve their GDP. For this reason, agriculture is the single biggest sector in the national production of the underdeveloped country. Third feature is the undeveloped agricultural production and marketing system. I have explained this point according to some key points, such as traditional method of cultivation are also found in underdeveloped countries. Instead of tractor, power pump, good source of irrigation using electricity, good kinds of organic and chemical fertilizers are absent in these kind of methods of cultivation. Defective ownership is available. That means most of the agricultural lands are captured by a few number of people, those who are the owner, and the poor farmers work on that lands having a small amount of wage. Less investment is found in this kind of agricultural production. Lack of agricultural materials, lack of necessary infrastructure such as fertilizer, seeds, irrigation facility, marketing facility, etc. And in this kind of underdeveloped country, agriculture is fully dependent on nature. Fourth feature is small and undeveloped industrial sector. The contribution from industrial sector in these kind of countries are very less due to lack of capital and skilled manpower. These kind of countries has no basic or heavy industries. Predominance of small, medium and cottage industries. As we know, the amount of profit from small, medium and cottage industries are very less rather than the basic or heavy industries. So, contribution from industrial sector in these kind of countries in the GNP is only 8% to 10%. Fifth feature is low rate of capital formation and investment and widespread unemployment. I have shown a circle for showing this kind of problem. As in underdeveloped country, low per capita income is seen, so people can save a very less amount of money. That's why capital formation is also very less in the banks and other financial organizations. As capital is less, so the amount of investment in different kinds of sectors like agriculture, industry and service sector is very less. That's why a very few amount of production is found in these kind of countries. That's why per capita income of those people of those countries are also very low. Sixth feature is the incomplete use of natural resources and manpower. Natural resources like mineral resources, land, water, different types of agricultural lands. In these sort of countries, the use of natural resources are incomplete. That is, they cannot fully utilize the natural resources, and the manpower they have is unskilled, and they have lack of technical knowledge. So it is impossible to determine the amount of mineral resources available in that country. So the people of that country cannot fully utilize the amount of the natural resources with the help of the less technically skilled manpower. Seventh feature is high rate of population growth and unskilled manpower. As you know, in our previous points we have discussed the population growth rate is one of the hindrance of the development of a country. In this kind of countries, high population growth rate are found due to illiteracy, superstition, and lack of proper control. And the arrangement to turn this population into skilled manpower through providing general education such as primary education, secondary, higher secondary education, technical education, training of different types of technical programs, health facilities are not sufficient in these kind of countries. That's why, though these sort of countries has a huge number of population, but population is not turned into skilled manpower and they are not properly utilized. Eighth feature is the weak socio-economic infrastructure. These kind of countries has a very weak economic and social infrastructure, such as banks, different types of financial institutions, roads, highways, bridges, culverts, that is transportation and communication system. These are not very strong. Organizations that disburse loan in agriculture and industry are insufficient and their management is also very weak. Undeveloped and insufficient transport and communication systems are found in these kind of countries. In other developed countries, a major portion of the population are deprived of education, health service, and other facilities. Electricity supply and fuel supplies are also insufficient in these kind of countries. Feature number 9 is the unfavorable foreign trade. Foreign trade depends on two basic aspects such as export and import. As we know, through export a country can earn money and through import a country has to expend money. So, dependent on import for meeting the basic needs of the people will exploit a huge amount of money. Main export goods of this kind of countries are agricultural goods and raw materials. These are very cheap, but main import goods are industrial goods which are very costly. That's why there is always a deficiency in international trade as export income is less than the import expenditure. Feature number 10 is the dependency on foreign aid. Underdeveloped countries are much dependent on foreign aid to collect capital for investment, and this kind of countries has much dependency on foreign aid for money, goods to face different types of natural disaster or human being created disaster or any other kinds of emergency situation. Now I will discuss about the concept of developing country. In the map you can see the ash colored countries are developing countries and the blue colored countries are developed countries. The countries that per capita income ranges from 1050 US dollars to 2340 US dollars is called developing country. India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Egypt, Nigeria, etc. are considered as developing countries. Let's see the characteristics of developing country. Awareness about economic condition and initiative for planned development. The authority or the government of developing country are very much conscious and aware about their economic condition, and they always take effective steps for changing the economic condition of their country. Steps like making different types of projects, development planned about development activities, control population, and also if they have any shortage of resources they try to achieve that to attain development with planned programs. Second feature is availability of natural resources and possibility of development. The developing countries of the world always try to utilize their natural resources like land, mineral resources, water resources, etc. And as the volume of the population of these kind of countries are very large, so they always take enhanced production by utilizing these natural resources and population. Third feature is the reduction on dependence on agriculture and rapid industrialization. As we know, in agriculture always dependent on nature, so agricultural productions are sometimes hampered due to some natural disasters. But in case of industries, damage due to natural disaster is less. That's why developing countries of the world always take initiatives to reduce their dependency on agriculture and to rapid industrialization of their country. For that reason, through planned programs, steps are taken to establish basic or large industries and to invest in those industries. Number 4, gradual development of agriculture. If we can utilize modern technology instead of traditional technology, gradual development of agriculture is possible. So, the developing countries are always try their best to utilize scientific method instead of traditional method in case of agriculture. Development of infrastructure. Infrastructure depend on economic and social infrastructure. So, developing countries are always taking initiative and planned programs to develop their social and economic infrastructure. Decrease in the rate of population growth and human resource development. National program is taken to control population of this kind of countries. As a result, the rate of population growth gradually continues to fall, and also developing countries take some initiatives to turn the huge population into human resource by providing education, technical education, training, health facilities, service undergo expansion, etc. Feature number 7 is to decrease in unemployment and elimination of poverty. Developing countries are always taking efforts to reduce the rate of unemployment through application of modern methods in agriculture, industries, and other, creating new employment opportunities in the service sectors. So, in this way, poverty also eliminated from developing countries of the world. The reduction in the dependence on foreign aid is also the 8th feature of developing country of the world. It is not possible to collect sufficient fund from internal sources, then a country has to depend on foreign loan, aid and grant. So developing countries are also increasing their dependency on foreign aid. Ensuring financial welfare of the people. The main objective of economic development is to ensure maximum financial and social well-being of all kinds of people. Increase in the rate of urbanization. It is also one of the features for development. The underdeveloped countries are fully dependent on the rural area, but increasing the rate of urbanization can turn a country from underdeveloped to developing country. But it needs some facilities like development activities, modernization of rural economy, etc., development of the infrastructure. Development in social environment. In the developing countries, education, health service, recreation system, roads, bridges, transports and communication system, financial organizations like bank and insurance facilities, international communication, etc., are developed and expanded. As a result, they are turning themselves into developing countries. Last of all, increase in per capita income and standard of living. The economy of a developing country is run mainly on the basis of planning. They always engage themselves in taking different kinds of planning, how to increase their per capita income of the people so that the people can improve their standard of living. My dear students, here is a chart showing the difference between developed and underdeveloped country. In a developed country, higher per capita income and standard of living, high standard of living of the people are seen, but in an underdeveloped country, per capita income is very low and standard of living of the people is also low. In a developed country, developed method of production and distribution process are found, but in an underdeveloped country, undeveloped method of production and distribution process are found. In a developed country, people are much dependent on agriculture, and in an underdeveloped country, production much dependent on agriculture, but in a developed country, they are much dependent on industry. In a developed country, rate of savings, capital formation and investment is very high, but opposite scenario is found in underdeveloped country, like very low rate of savings, capital formation and investment. Modern, large and basic industrial economy is the basis of a developed country, but small and undeveloped industrial economy is the basis of underdeveloped country. In a developed country, population is controlled and they have developed human resource, but in an underdeveloped country, high rate of population is found and most of the people or manpower are unskilled. My dear students, I have kept some knowledge-based questions and one application level question as your classwork. After the video class, you will complete your classwork and submit it by 11:15. Define developed country, define underdeveloped country, define developing country, define underdeveloped country according to Professor Ragnar Marx, and make a list of underdeveloped and developing countries of the world. My dear students, you can take help from your textbook, and here are 2 questions, application level questions as your homework. I hope you will complete these homeworks and submit them by tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for your time. See you soon in the next session.